Dang, I'm gone for a couple hours and y'all changed the whole game. Sheesh. Gameplay seems to be playing pretty smooth. Lots of new animations. I'm seeing a ton of tip rebounds. The ball is definitely moving more than it has been. Way better for sure. Clips incoming. Most fun I've had in 2K in a couple of weeks. Good looking out. I think a secret chamber of 2K has been unlocked based off everyone's feedback and clips so far. I can't believe the plays I'm getting from the CPU. Look at all these clips. Never before seen in 2K. Bro, you have to get a game in. 2K gameplay is fire, whatever they did. It's the best gameplay ever. Gameplay's feeling amazing. What is going on, guys? Welcome back to another SGN video where it's all sim all the time, and I hope that little intro got you interested enough to see what I'm going to talk to you about today with 2K23, how we have completely changed the game for not only 2K23 but 2K24 and beyond with this new method that we are implementing here at the Sim Gaming Network base of operations, which is now including a ton of people in the Discord, which if you are not already a member of the Discord, definitely going to want to get in there. We're up to 1,900 people and we're growing every day, so make sure you're in there. Also, follow me on Twitch. I stream pretty much every day on Twitch, so if you want to see what things are looking like, make sure you follow me on Twitch. Link is right here on the screen. And by the way, I do drop updates, slider updates, and if you want to get them before everyone else, if you want to be a beta tester, if you want to get them early, you're going to want to become a member of the Sim Gaming Network. Just click the join button on the screen, and you can get everything exclusive to you early. Now that we got that out of the way, let's go ahead and talk about what we're doing here. I love the attention detail roster, but it has created a lot of problems for us as you go into year 2 and the disconnect between Xbox and PS5, and it has just left the gameplay in shambles. And so come up with ways that we could rectify this, talking with people in my Discord, and I had come up with an idea that I wanted to do with the attention to detail roster, but we actually decided to not do it with attention to detail because, again, of the disconnect between PS5 and Xbox, but instead we're going to start from scratch using the 2K default roster. Now with this roster, I'm going to do a couple things. These things are to make sure that gameplay is not only great, but we want to have an experience that is sustainable for more than 1 year, right? More than 2 years. We want to be able to have this thing sustainable for years for people who like to play several years into the future. And so one of the things that we have to do that both the attention detail and 2K roster do not do, which is deflate the ratings. Okay, 2K unfortunately, wants to, stroke everyone's back and ego in the NBA and just gives everyone way too good of a rating. That's just completely unnecessary. They don't need it to play right. So the problem with the high ratings is that everyone gets good. All the teams become good, nobody has cap space to sign people, and you have 85 overall players sitting in free agency. Completely unrealistic. There's no talent separation, whatever. So we're going to fix that. The way we do that is we're going to drop all the intangibles. We're going to talk about that process. We're going to talk about what we're going to do with badges. We do a whole bunch of things. So I'm going to go ahead and go through the process with you guys here on the video. So follow along. We're going to take care of you so you can do this and have a great 2K experience. So come along. Let's get going. So the first thing we're going to do is address the ratings inflation. 2K does a horrible job, like I said, of just giving too many players too high of a rating, and it causes so many issues. And part of the reason is this little attribute called the Intangible, which literally means nothing, does nothing. So all it does is it's an overall booster or decreaser. So what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and just drop every single player's Intangible to the lowest it can go which is 25. This is going to help lower everyone's overall without actually touching the ratings that matter, and spread out the ratings. We're also going to help fast breaks and things that lower everyone's hustle by 20. Not a big deal. It's just going to help for more fluid gameplay. Now, the one thing that happened when we lowered every single player's intangible to 25 is it lowered the overall ratings a little too much, especially for the top tier players. So what we're doing is we're going to go back in and we're going to do the top 20 players after you drop to 25 intangible. We're going to boost them back up to a 99. These you have to do individually, but we're going to boost the top 20 players back to a 99 to make sure we have top tier players rated in the 90s. This is for contract purposes only, no other reason. The other thing we're going to do to help out with this is to have a middle of the pack in the 80s range. We're going to give the next 10 players, we're going to bump them up to 50. So the top 20 players rated, after you drop everything to 25, we bump them back up to 99, and then the next 10 are going to be bumped up to 50. So you're going to go back in and you're going to adjust the top 30 players. You're going to tweak their intangibles, and we want these overalls strictly for contract purposes and to have roster ratings balance. Other than that, everything is perfectly fine. I'm giving you a demonstration here of how that is going to look. And if you're on Xbox, you can follow along. If you're on PlayStation, you can follow along. If you're on PC, even though it's not next gen, you can do this and follow along as well. Next thing we're going to do, and some of y'all might not like this, but we're going to get rid of a ton of badges. So we're going to keep 13 badges in the game. Acrobat's one of them. What you're going to do is you just, on the badges that you already have, you're just going to flick up. I will leave a list of the badges that we keep in the description below, but we're going to get rid of every single badge in the game except for 13. The 13 that I kept, I felt, are badges that NBA players should have anyway, no matter what, at least at a minimum of bronze. So that's going to be Acrobat, Fearless Finisher, Fast Twitch. We're keeping Catch and Shoot. We're going to keep Agent 3s. We're going to keep Limitless Range. We're keeping Break Starter. We're going to keep Mismatch Expert. We're keeping Glove and Interceptor to help with more turnovers. We're going to keep Challenger for good contests, and we're going to keep the jumping one. You know what I'm talking about, for jumping up quickly again. Anyway, those are the 13 that we are keeping. We're getting rid of all the other stuff because they're honestly not that realistic. These are NBA players we're talking about here. All of them should at least have the bronze version of the badges I just listed. Everyone else, the way you get the distinguishment between top tier players and lower players is going to be the badge level. So you're going to have at minimum, every player will have the bronze version of it. Some players will have gold, some people will have Hall of Fame, some will have silver. That'll be a distinguishment. So every single player is going to have those 13 badges that I talked about, and that's it. That's going to make it super easy going forward. So I did some global tendency edits to the roster as well. Now I can't tell you guys that because that's my secret sauce, and if I do, y'all will just go steal it. However, we're going to apply the same edits to any draft class that you grab. So we just grabbed M's draft class for 2023, and we're doing the same thing with intangibles. However, we're just going to leave everyone at 25. Hustle for the draft class is only reduced 10, as they don't have the high hustle rating of the NBA players. So for draft class, leave everybody at 25, leave everybody for intangible, and just drop globally hustle down 10. Now, we are going to do some tendencies here. We're going to adjust a couple things we want more of. We want more shot contests, blocks, block attempts, steal attempts, play the passing lane so we can get some more turnovers. We want more hard fouls, more regular fouls, more post moves. So we're going to increase by 10 up and unders, shimmies, hook shots, etc. You can see exactly what we're doing here. I'm not going to go through every single list, but if you want the full breakdown, you can reach out to me. I will let you know. But this is important to do to the draft classes to get them to use more of the tools that NBA players use. So we're really touching a couple areas. We want more turnovers. We want more post moves. We want more different variety of layups like euros, spins, hop steps. And then we want more mid-range usage. We do not touch anything else. We are not touching their three-point shot tendencies other than transition pull-ups. We're not touching where they shoot their shots from other than mid-range, but we're boosting mid-range by 10 everywhere, and we're going to boost the types of layups and moves that they use. So players will actually use more of the animations and the moves at their disposal, which is what, again, these NBA players do. They're NBA players, you know what I mean? And I have the full edits that you can see here for the draft classes in the background. And again, if you want to pause this and see every single edit I do, you can just look and see what the rating was before I adjust it and see how much I adjusted it by. Typically, every single rating got adjusted by 10. There was a few that got put up by 20, not that many. So you can follow along in the video here. Again, these increase of tendencies has brought a whole new life to the way 2K plays, especially with the regular NBA roster. And the reason I'm talking to you about this is because if you go several years into a My NBA, you're gonna have to do this with every single roster. Now you have to go out to the main menu, draft class. You have to go out to the main menu, grab the draft class you want, edit it in the main menu, save it, and then you load it into your save file. But you just do this every single year. You just do these quick little edits. They literally take 5 minutes to do, and you're good to go. The reason behind these global edits, global badge edits, is because it's something we can maintain from year 1 to year 2 very easily. When you go into off season after all your players progress, all you're going to have to do, because all the draft class players have the same badges they're supposed to at minimum bronze level, all you have to go in and do is remove all the badges that players earned from year 1 to year 2. If players earned posterizer or limitless takeoff, just remove them. All you have to do is go through and remove it. It takes literally a minute and a half, and that way you're going to keep consistency within the roster. We're going to have the same 13 badges on everybody. We're going to have the same intangible ratings for everyone who's not the top 30 players in the NBA, and we're going to have the increase of tendencies, which has already been established. You never have to do those again for the NBA players, only the draft class coming in, and it has brought new life to the game. Like, I can't tell you how great this game is playing, and we're still beta testing the sliders, guys. Sliders are still being worked on, but the scenario that we have for you guys is going to have everything. So we're going to continue to talk about what you're going to want to do if you're on PS5 or Xbox to get in and get set up so that you can have a fantastic 2K experience and get settled in and just go for years and years and years in 2K world, not in real life, right? 2K24 launches in like 5 months. So anyway, once you get done editing the draft class, I'm going to talk about a couple things. First, you just go into your My NBA and you just load it, and now you're going to have everyone there. It's that easy. Just grab your save file. Don't download one. You need to go grab the one that you had downloaded and edited. Just going to give you an example right here. I called it DC23. I mean, it's not my work, it's Phileum's work, but I just edited it, saved it on my own. I'm not sharing it, and boom, now I have his roster with my edits in my NBA. It's that easy. Just do it once a year, guys. Next, we need to talk about coaching. So you're going to want to make sure that every single coach has the help defense set to 30. Their run plays is going to vary. So teams with better players like the Celtics need to have a lower run plays frequency. So they have Jason Tatum is a 90, Jaylen Brown's in the mid 80s. We're going to go 40. Now a team like the Jazz, who don't have any like top tier players, we're going to go with a higher run play frequency, which is 60. The gap for run plays needs to be 40 to 60, and you go 60 for the worst teams and go closer to 40 for the lower ranked teams. Now, if you are on PS5, I have this all done for you. is this a scenario called SGN RDS, which stands for Ratings, Deflation, and Stabilization. We have a scenario for our start today of February 6th. Now we are continuing to update that scenario with playbooks and lineups and everything like that. We also have it on Xbox under Kusa 1027. So that's the video, guys. Hope you enjoy.